I deserve a fair trial like every other American citizen. I will be acquitted and vindicated when the truth is told. Thank you.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Next Generation Podcast. So the previous video that I uploaded, I was talking about the 1993 statement, 1993 allegations statement. So this video, I'm talking about the 2005 statement. So this is why I love this, I love doing this and researching this topic, because I get to see my mental growth throughout this defending process, if you will. I find out so many things, and it's so crazy because it's like you think something is one thing, and then you find out, like, hold up, girl, there's way more to this than what you thought. And I'm just like, damn. So, as a Michael Jackson obsessed teenager, I was always, like, my mom used to be fed up because I was always coming up to her showing her something. But I remember watching the 2005 statement and never really thought anything of it. I'm just like, hey, he wanted to show his innocence by making a statement, right? So now that I'm actually digging deep into this, so I'm late to the party, y'all, in terms of the behind the scenes, like court cases and stuff, because funny thing is, I wanted to do law, and I never really dove into this situation. Like, this was the perfect, like, not lab rat, but this was the perfect, like, textbook example of the things that I wanted to, like, the types of cases that I wanted to do. And I didn't even really look into this, but this is not about me. So I watched this video several times within the past few days, and then maybe it wasn't fully registering with me. I just watched it a calm 5 times just now, and I heard something that didn't, like, set off alarms when I first watched it. So Michael said that pretty much the intent and the goal of this video obviously was for him to have his right to a fair trial, let him have his day in court, things like that, right? But why did he have to make this statement? Because that's something that we're supposed to be granted, right? But Michael saw what was happening, that he felt that was going to cause him to have an unfair trial, as we all, as United States citizens, have a right to. Okay? So he said that there were transcripts released from a grand jury proceeding, and he was not there, his lawyers was not there. So basically, if you guys don't know what a grand jury proceeding is basically a meeting with the jury, and they're supposed to essentially decide whether or not the defendant should have these charges put on them, right? So it's the prosecution, and they bring in witnesses. There's no cross-examination, there's none of that. Basically, the witness is just saying what was happening to them, quote unquote. So they say what allegedly happened, and this is kind of like a let me persuade you, So these transcripts were released, and that's actually illegal. That's not supposed to happen. The only way that whatever is said in a grand jury proceeding can be released is if the witness is the one who's saying this is what happened, and unless that there was no, like, barment from you can't say this can't be repeated, whatever, the witness could pretty much just say what they said in the courtroom, can say whatever happened, not the courtroom, but can say whatever was said during the meeting. But the grand jury should not be the ones going back and repeating this information. These were leaked, and ABC News actually reported this. Now, I don't know if there was an actual video, like as if, like they're one of their programs, because I actually was reading the article from ABC News, and it came out, let's pull it up if you guys want to read it, which I don't think, you know what, as people who are investigating, we should read this, but this was really disgusting. It was published on the 13th of January 2005, and it was basically just excerpts of the transcript put into this article. This wasn't even an article, to be honest. It was just excerpts of the transcript. And it's actually not illegal for news companies to actually put this information out there, because it says that the law, whatever, says that as long as they didn't obtain it illegally, like theft or bribery, then they can post it. But really the blame is to be put on the person who actually released this information. If that makes any sense. Who actually gave them the information, like they're the ones who should be in trouble. And I wonder if they actually found out who did it. Which, in all honesty, when it comes to this case, I don't think they gave a shit who released it. I don't think they cared, because these excerpts just made Michael look bad. And which is why he was saying, let me have my day in court. He already it already started off bad. It already started off that people were allowed to see into the case before he even got to say anything, and that's messed up. Court of public opinion is very powerful, and people think that it's not, but it actually is. It influences a lot. It really does influence a lot. So, to further just continue and kind of wrap this up. So, the excerpts are from Gavin Arvizo, him making claims. Also, his brother making claims of things that went on in Neverland in terms of what Michael's bedroom was like. That he also kind of witnessed some acts that would lead to the alleged abuse. It's just disgusting. It turned my stomach. So if you guys want to read it, I'm gonna link it in the description. So to add on, Michael also said how he met this family, and I feel like that's very important, because you got to see the predatory nature of the family of Gavin Arvizo's mom. And he's not even to blame. It's really the parents. And I think that's something that we have to always take into consideration when talking about this, and not talk about Gavin Arvizo or talk about Jordy Chandler the way that we would talk about Wade Robson and James Safechuck, is because it's not the same. That they were trained to say this as children. Meanwhile, these two dickheads are saying it as grown men, knowing that it's a lie. Anyway, so Michael's explaining how, and I love the fact that he didn't even have to say too much. It's like, they told me that their son was sick with cancer and they needed my help. So it's like, one can, who's actually open-minded, can think about, so they're the ones who pursued Michael and said, Michael, my kid needs your help, blah, blah, blah. And that's how he met the family. I mean, yeah, like, that's how they met each other. And so, like, you can understand, like, the circumstance that Michael was put in. Like, he felt like he needed to be there for this child, because this family was saying that the child was going to die, and he felt like I have to be there for him. I would never harm him. Like I care for this child, and I feel like that's the point that he was trying to make. It was like, I wouldn't harm this child, and he was brought to me because of his sickness, and I felt like I wanted to be there to support him. So the relationship was nothing like that. So y'all, that's my quick little rundown, ghetto ass analysis of this statement. So yeah, if you got more to add, because I know my thing probably wasn't that sufficient, but if you have more to add, please put it in the comment section. I love when you guys talk to me. You guys just give me so much life and just energy. I love it. So leave your thoughts, opinions in the comment section. Keep the negativity out. Keep it to the left. Keep it going, because we don't need that here. So sending you guys love and nothing but positivity. Until next time, see you later. Also, I wanted to add, this is like after I like recorded everything, but I really, really hate the title of this article, Michael Jackson's accuser in his own words. It sounds like there's truth value. I don't know if maybe I'm like too emotional for this, but I don't like it. I don't like the title of this article. I don't know. What else could they have named it? Because I feel like they were just adding on to the narrative. I don't know. I'm being too emotional. By the way, I'm really liking how my voice is sounding. I am super congested, but I just feel like I sound so grown woman sexy right now. Like, I wish my voice sounded like this all the time. Like, I feel like my regular voice is disgusting, but my sick voice, popping.